Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever it is you are joining us from. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rush to Judgment with Jessica. I'm Jessica. How are we doing today on this fine day, fine evening, fine afternoon? How is everybody? How are we doing? So today, we are gonna go through the Sarah Boone police interrogation that she came in for. She is the woman being charged with second-degree murder in the death of her boyfriend, Jorge Torres, who she claims they were playing a game of hide and seek, and he never got out of the suitcase that they thought it would be funny, and she zipped him up in the suitcase, and she thought he could get out, and turns out he did not get out, and she found him the next day, and he was no longer living. So this is her interrogation, interview, what have you, with the police to tell her side of the story and just see what she has to say. We did the video of her first interaction with police and detectives at the scene. She was pretty squirrely. She didn't seem all that concerned. She was just more shaken up about the situation and just kind of more concerned about herself and what was going to happen next, which, okay, I get that. And she was worried that the family was going to come after her and blame her for it. But, you know, and as an accident, if it's an accident. But when more things come out, you'll realize that there's some underlying issues that can play a factor in the situation. So let's get started. And go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do all of that. I do respond to the things in the comments. Feel free to share your opinions and your thoughts on the matter. I love to have the back and forth because, again, a lot of people around me don't watch these things, so I don't really have a lot of people to talk about with these things because they look at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. So feel free. Okay, let's add this, do this, and get started.
I'm going to have you sit in the green chair that doesn't move.
Hopefully the volume's okay. Their volume's all the way up.
Appreciate you coming in.
This lady coughs through the whole thing.
I want to ask you about these whenever we have a moment.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay?
Sure.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything?
When you get your rights read to you, that's when you stop talking.
Okay.
No more talking.
So
Don't
this morning
talk.
we went to his autopsy.
No more talking.
And we were informed of something he has by the doctor. So I want, so he's got, scratch marks to his back.
I know what that's from.
Okay. And
Oh, do you know?
it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit, and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising, like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his like lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid a
swollen.
hand on him.
Okay.
Also too, he fell off my son's bike.
Okay.
So I don't know, and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree. So
Okay. What about the scratches? Because there's also sex.
Yes.
Okay. Because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent, like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, like, the only thing I thought you guys were going to ask me about, which I was going to be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
From my understanding, he was there like last Tuesday?
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. Yeah. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday.
Sunday.
You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday and then into Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. Like, I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, like on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on like his head and skull.
I have no idea.
As if something hit him.
I
considered
not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay. Are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately,
Mm-hmm.
even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. Like, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I don't
you said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was a month ago?
I'll say a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last physical altercation between the two of you? A month ago he hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, with a curtain rod. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Wow.
Like, we've been good. I don't know if, it's since the last time he got out of jail. Like, we've been good, and he's been having his classes and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So.
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
The probation officer?
Oh, no, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me.
Okay, here we go.
So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. And I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So.
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago. So
give or take.
Right. So what do you mean by he comes after you? Like,
He gets belligerently drunk.
mhm.
Like, I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Mhm.
And at one
Which will
point,
come up.
I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split foreheads, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad, where I had to go like 4 or 5 more times afterwards for them to tend to it, from him poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's,
Then why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this,
When people ask that question.
I really love him.
Okay, this is going to be my soapbox moment for just a second. I really hate when people ask people, why are you still with them? Okay? If you have not been in a relationship that is toxic, abusive, whatever the case may be, if you've never been in one, you don't know. Okay? You just don't know. And if you haven't been in one of those relationships, don't ask that question. If you've never been in one of those relationships, don't ask that question. Because first of all, you don't know. And you look real shitty asking that question, and you look real insensitive asking that question. Because I don't know everybody's story. I know my story and a lot of stories. And a lot of times, women especially are looked down on for staying in an abusive relationship. And it's not fair, and it's not it's just not okay. I don't want to make excuses for why someone might stay in a relationship, but there are reasons. There's reasons, and it's hard to explain if you've never been in one, and it's unfair for somebody to ask, why don't you leave? It is complicated, and that question, why do you stay or why don't you leave, is a loaded question, and it's infuriating. I can't say that word. It is mind-boggling, and it's upsetting when people ask the question, and I don't like it. I don't like when people ask that question. I think it is insensitive. I think it is really, really hateful when people ask that question. And I think that is a question that should be stricken from the record when you are dealing with domestic violence situations. Oh, why didn't you leave? Swear. That irks me so bad. Because you don't know. You don't know. You are not there. You are not there. You don't know why. Half the time, the person being abused doesn't know why they don't leave. But there's a reason. And it's hard to explain. You just don't know. People are complicated. Situations are complicated. And why didn't you leave? Or why did you stay? Such a condescending question. And it just makes me so angry. Makes me so angry. Continue.
like I do, and I feel like I can help him. Like, I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail.
And it's unfortunate that a lot of women
I've gone to every
feel this
single
way.
hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him.
We are
Gone to
naturally
see all his
the
public
ones that
defenders.
feel
Go
like
to the state.
we
I've gone
can
to the
make them
state.
better.
I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he
We
was
see
trying.
them doing better.
He was trying. And then he starts to think about things, and it just, I think he gets overwhelmed, and then it's like, next thing I know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is going to go, so I'm going to go upstairs and read a book, or I'm going to go for a bike ride, or I'm going to do something else. Or I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that. So he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the paint to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out.
Well, yesterday it made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording like that you were not drunk. He was not drunk. You guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-compos mentis, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics.
I'm not.
We are not, but you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and
no.
It got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and
she gets so defensive.
Just being
Loud.
happy kind of thing.
Like she's trying to prove a point.
He doesn't know. I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? How were you, like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out. Yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left over.
Yeah, about this much.
Mm-hmm. And then that you had well, I don't even know how the wine, how'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix. Does he
leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, cause
sometimes I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll start, go by Publix, and then on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
is that what he did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because the next thing I know, he's walking in with a bottle.
Okay.
So that's,
Okay.
it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I had to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry and he'll go run out and do whatever.
So, where were you guys
Not
at
at work?
on
I guess it's Sunday.
drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday?
I
You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not
Get
drunk.
a drink. Get a drink
So
of water.
with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down.
Whoa, whoa,
Slow down.
whoa.
And another thing too is I don't like
Slow
listening
down.
to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and like just it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine because I mean we were playing with the dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, sat down, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him because I think that's what he's used to is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
I have to have background noise.
So,
On your laptop you're talking about?
Mhm.
Like, okay.
and I mean, and then it was.
But you said it was a good day, like you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship, you guys didn't go down like the rabbit hole, like had too many to drink, and you guys start getting...
Nope, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he
Why?
actually listened to what I had to say with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through because...
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
Daughter,
stress,
yes.
nothing
No.
relationship-wise though, like no issues,
Maybe.
did you guys
That's
have
what
a
happened
conversation about your
prior to,
relationship, or was
and you
it
put
just
them in a
about...
suitcase.
Just
Like,
what's
laughed
going
at him.
on right now.
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest because I call him the volcano where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate,
Mhm.
which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been practicing
You think?
communication. So he actually talks to me about
Communication
things
is
and unburdens
key.
himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you. Like I have almost everything.
Mhm.
Not a worry. Just tell me. Get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go
What a good day
inside
it was.
so we can do puzzles and painting and
Never
listen to
mind.
music or whatever
He
else
died.
he wants to do. So then he
Such a
starts
good
doing whatever
day.
it is we're doing together in the living room. And then starts talking because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I
Ask
helped him.
Everyone.
I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
Well, you slept the night that he was
is
stuck
there
in
any
the
chance it got
suitcase.
to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to...
I never
Okay.
stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now because I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries, and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
Okay. You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, just kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before I think the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end.
Okay.
But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go to see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help
That
him,
is so
just as she
sweet.
is and just as the classes will.
You know,
So once he started
he's
actually
such
going
a
on a regular
saint.
basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what VIP stands for, Batterers Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together, where it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
Even when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors don't tell me that. The office property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, like, prior to classes in PO, kicked him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed him
I
out
know.
Exactly.
the next day.
I know.
What's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order. Because I would kick him out, his parents, because
Sarah
of
Boone.
them constantly having to take him back in,
Jorge
his
Torres.
bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car, just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap in, just throwing it, like the car would jostle, he was throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is he pursues me. So I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and poke his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he's gonna do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whenever it was, I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm gonna go ride my bike. I'm gonna go upstairs and read a book. But every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look up some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just gonna be upstairs, maybe watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you talking about this is like recent? I don't, you kind of like lost me. Like what are you
It was
talking
a
about?
while, like a little while ago. But
Now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space. So have you been feeling that way
Did I say
lately,
that?
or
This trial was
No.
January.
Okay, my thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but, Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So
Yeah,
he gets upset about that, and then
will.
she like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this has not like been recent, but which is why he didn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
okay?
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
Oh.
previously.
That's what we were talking about. Damn.
What happened is she plays a big part in it.
Okay.
On top of job
Yeah.
and money and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have
Talking
no
too
idea.
much.
I have no
She's talking too much.
idea.
Stick to the Sunday.
Nope, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because
Must have been a really
cleaned the
small
house a little
guy.
bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30.
My 8-year-old doesn't
You
really
just said that it
fit
was
in
dark
the
when you were
suitcase.
playing hiding
You know,
seek,
kids
and I'm
try to
just
do
curious
dumb
if you
stuff like
remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start
Mhm.
and talk about things, and then.
I can imagine that she would fit
When I
in
had
the
to come inside.
largest
So we
luggage.
About what time, do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking?
And you said you went up to bed around
midnight.
midnight, fell asleep around 12:30-ish, but those are the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight, so there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
Like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then.
You're talking about from hanging out outside and like.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there and
Right.
just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus it started to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Start at the top, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when you went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. Which it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
How did you do?
And then you went upstairs, and then he didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Mhm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there.
No.
And it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because.
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
Well,
Well,
I mean, we
did.
were playing.
no, I know,
That
but
time, but
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so.
the suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned
Again,
out really bad.
too much
They don't fit him anymore,
information.
and I'm tired of looking
What
at
is the point?
So
You don't
took it
use
upon
this
himself,
information.
including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just
Oh, these are-
leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
No, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously,
No.
I understand, you know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter. You were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Wow.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs, so.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday?
Well,
No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password?
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking me if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay, does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's a shared phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I borrow your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how does he get into it because it's password protected?
He'll come and get it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or doing something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No,
But he is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm assuming, other than.
Well, Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Right. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs.
and George and them dancing, but I mean, it's just Tess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
If you need to move it around, go ahead.
That's him in the suitcase.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's about to die.
Shut it down.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
So now she knows what it is.
The battery doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something.
All right.
Get a drink of water while you're out there,
I was
lady.
simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked. And
No.
okay, why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am, where,
okay. Well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son.
Okay.
I excel at everything.
Okay.
I would not do
What does
that.
that mean?
You wouldn't lock zip somebody in a
Wouldn't
suitcase?
put somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for him to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay.
She was drunk. Watch. Yeah. You can hear in the video.
You guys are scaring me.
She is slurring her words.
Well, we just want you to watch this. It came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please.
Girl, get a drink. Annoying.
Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take.
Mm-mm.
No.
You don't know how much you can take?
I
You
don't
were
know
there.
how much I can take. Do I have to watch this?
Yes.
I continuously throw up. I don't sleep. I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
You do.
Well, it's on your phone. And
You took it.
you can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah, we're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No,
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you.
And this
Fuck
is,
you.
that's you, your voice.
Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it on.
So right now they're watching a video that she took on her phone of she's videoing him in the suitcase. And that Sarah that you're hearing is him in the suitcase calling her name. And then the other voice you hear is her talking back to him. And if you can't hear it, at one point he says, I can't breathe. This isn't funny. Yada, yada, yada. Like, and she is mocking him and saying, fuck you. This is how I feel when you cheat on me. Doesn't sound pretty, doesn't sound like a fun game of hide and seek to me.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
breathe.
when you do when you choke me.
That's what you do when you choke me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, he had 2 fingers hanging out. and you
I
went to
flipped him
bed.
over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
And there's 2 different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping him in different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying, fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yes.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it's flipped over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Your plan should have been to let him out of the
Well, that's
goddamn
what you did.
suitcase.
Yeah,
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because
What?
you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stopped here.
Okay, but
where's here?
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
It's, and his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you. I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out.
He clearly could not get out on his own.
You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a.
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying
It's
fuck
pretty
you,
malicious.
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
What does "fuck you" mean to you?
Well,
Fuck you.
Like if I were to tell my
Oh, like he
partner.
does. Like, I get told everything but a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there.
But you,
Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
But you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows.
That's
at
why I
one
told
point
you.
when I see his fingers,
He'll be up here any minute.
and then 30 minutes later he didn't show.
And he's telling you,
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you
He's
think
not
he's
able to get out.
joking? You told me he was laughing, and
We were
the
before.
video there's no
When we
laughing.
first got in there,
laughing.
both of us were.
So how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to you
No.
recording this?
No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
and
I
you're the
didn't,
only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
I can't fucking
George
breathe,
has done
babe.
that in the past before too, where it's just like, he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like, I don't
He's
think,
never been locked in a suitcase that
No.
he
Right.
couldn't get out, so.
it's kind of, I thought it was
And
the
you know
boy
the oxygen is
crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my plan.
But nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging. And you're the only one laughing,
Okay.
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
No. Please
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to like feed me, like.
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
Well, I know what.
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
No.
Why don't you remember making the video?
Probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't mean that
You
you.
told us several times that you were not drunk. You said that you
You
had.
weren't
your
drunk.
wits
You
about you.
remember exactly
You
what
said
happened.
You had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that.
Why wouldn't you
You
remember?
don't like not
Why
having
wouldn't
your
you
wits.
remember what
In
happened,
my
Sarah?
experience, if somebody
Come on,
does
Sarah.
not remember doing something to the extent of making two
Ta-da.
videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
Okay. I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure
Right,
out
we're
what
trying
you're
to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But
But
you
again-
willingly went
Then she
upstairs and
fell
went to sleep.
asleep
No one
waiting
forced you to
for
go
her.
upstairs.
Then
and get
My
ready
plan
for
was
bed.
Woke
also
up.
to leave him in the
Okay.
suitcase,
So why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
She must be a
But
real
why didn't
heavy
you
sleeper,
consciously think
and she wouldn't know
he's asking
that
to
he's
come
coming
out?
up.
I didn't do it intentionally.
What do you think is gonna happen?
She
if you
keeps
leave
using
them
that
in
word.
a
Didn't
confinement?
do it intentionally. There was no intention.
Well,
I didn't do it
thought by
intentionally.
not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in.
She is
the
making
suitcase,
that very clear.
waiting for him to come upstairs.
She is definitely trying to avoid that first degree
I fell asleep.
of
So
no
you're up there
intent.
30 minutes.
I did
After
not
30 minutes, somebody
intend
not
for this
coming
to
out.
happen.
I
Knowing that that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him. Maybe I shouldn't.
No.
Well, that didn't cross your mind because
That's
it
like
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption. Like, that's what you all are thinking. Just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking.
What about the drinking? Sarah?
I thought it was like, I thought he was okay. Like, I didn't, you
He's
all,
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
guys, that's how we are with each other.
Guys,
Like,
I know that's what you hear on the tape.
nobody
That's
understands our
not what he
relationship.
said.
This whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in a suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in a suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter. You put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
But you
So
did.
I just,
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand. Like,
I mean,
it's not that was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what
by
I've
your
done
acts,
for
though.
him.
But by your acts, and that's exactly
Yeah,
right.
but that's what you did.
You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show
No.
you any appreciation,
He did.
not by your
Well, then
words
what
in the video.
happened?
I don't get that.
He
What
did.
did you
Because you bring
do?
up the fact that when he's
You
choking
left
you,
him in
you
there.
can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you, you couldn't breathe. And you
He's
verbally several times told
not
him
cheating on
just,
me.
fuck you.
well, you said it in the video, but you won't let us play the rest of it. 'Cause you don't
And
want
you-
to.
When I
told
say
him-
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I
And
think
if
so
you-
too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating though, so I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video, that I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told him,
I don't
fuck
know what
you.
you, this is,
What would you
life
say
changing.
if somebody told you that they had done this?
done what?
Zipped somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed?
Do you all not think, so you all think that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to like,
Or just the video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
no?
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car.
So,
And that's why we want to know,
and
the
I don't remember
injuries-
doing those.
the injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really, truly does.
You don't think that I had thought about that?
Thought about the video or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us that
That's
happened.
what happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
I mean,
But- I'm not gonna say,
you thought he could
Those
get out
are-
on his
yes.
own, but the video shows that he cannot get out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger,
From the outside.
but it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
Is what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I said I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's got,
But the zipper part is broken, that,
yes, which is
you
why we were
broke
gonna
it.
zip it.
Yeah.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know how.
well, why wouldn't he have gotten himself out if he could? He was
I don't
asking-
know,
he
like, I
was
don't know if you
asking.
saw, like, where the hole was. I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No
I
one
didn't
sees
see
the
no
hole.
fingers
You're the
sticking
only
out.
one that's what I'm saying. Like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers. And we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm
My-
not assuming.
my
I haven't
intention-
assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh, good, I got him in there, now I'm just gonna go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this or hears just a little bit like, oh, they were playing around in a suitcase
She's been
and then,
drinking,
and then
and
watches that
probably went
video?
to sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before, I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were able to give me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you
I
went
don't-
upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I'm sick, especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different, and it actually shows you upset, and again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So,
So
But
what
my thing
you
is
say
that
we're
the-
assuming, we're not assuming,
but
we're
the
telling you
fingers,
what's on there.
but, so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole. that
He
you're
essentially
talking
would have
about.
been able to get out. Based
Alcohol,
off what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out.
Okay.
But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know if maybe you had too much to drink, you zipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay.
I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
it is terrible.
Yeah, so they look
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this, ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally, and then this,
Okay.
whom I loved, it was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't
Intentionally
intentionally
left
go to
him.
bed because I'm thinking, okay,
Hold
good,
on,
you can
hold
get
on.
out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you normally do when you go to
whatever
bed?
you do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is a bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you can
what?
tell too that, like, I've
You
been
go to bed
drinking
to do
also.
what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated. I wasn't this, I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, yes, you can tell that I had been drinking, but.
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't breathe?
If I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do, to portray me as?
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't
Everything
call it fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy.
Explain
You all
to me.
don't, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now.
Mhm.
I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just
I
left him there
didn't
to
kill
teach
him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How is that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out no problem. Because you don't.
Then he doesn't,
But
but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
Now.
You even moved,
And so
I mean,
tough.
you admit to moving the suitcase, like, over. So
Roll it.
you roll it out, like, it's not like,
I didn't want it to be like that. Don't.
you didn't want him to be upside down. How do you even get upside down?
Right. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for, not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Ryan, and like, what, 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to like I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR, and then called you guys. And then was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
It just, I don't know
I
how,
have to believe you.
I mean, you
I
can
don't
sit there all day
believe.
long and say, I thought he was gonna get himself out, but that, he didn't, and you
You
went
clearly
upstairs,
couldn't.
and
you knew
you stayed
that.
there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too, like,
You chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
no, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless
again,
of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs,
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out. I can't breathe. What, like, why didn't you let him out?
well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23. So you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times. I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Were you punishing him?
no, just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
Guys,
I'm,
we're punishing him.
This is what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all
Yep.
backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful.
How are you going to get defensive?
And I will tell you both this right now too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let
Horrible
out. I
thing.
don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You all.
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying, I can't
and
sleep.
my
And you
goodness,
say, fuck
Stop
you.
yelling.
when he, so like for like the whole few minutes that he was in there, like
Minimum 11, but yes, go ahead. Up to you.
Minimum 11, but go ahead.
but
For one video.
Well, in between the two videos, it's
Between the two
11 minutes.
videos? Okay.
so what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There's obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out, and you're like, no,
Again, it's the
no.
boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? Did you say this is a game? You got somebody in
Obviously,
there.
like the wrong way.
So what was your intention for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, oh, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No,
That's absolutely what happened.
intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down and
And
check
it's the
on him.
whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying
I
to
don't
do,
care about
whatever.
30
Like, for all I know, it's 10
He's
minutes.
30 minutes,
He's
5
begging for
minutes,
his life,
10
telling you
minutes,
he
you
can't
walked
breathe.
upstairs
I don't
and
know
you
what
left
to
him there,
Like, I don't.
knowing he couldn't get out,
I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did you
tell us
intend?
why
knowing he
you left him
couldn't
in there
breathe,
downstairs.
knowing.
That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's what I have a feeling is I went upstairs
She didn't
and
want to
just hit the
unzip
bed,
him
kind
because
of
she
thing.
knew
But,
he was
again,
going to
I'm
be
thinking-
pissed.
He'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him
Then
out prior
he
to
fell
going
asleep.
I don't know why.
She woke up
He's
in
begging
the
to be
middle
let
of
out.
the
He's
night
not
and realized
laughing.
he wasn't
He's not
there.
having fun.
She
You
was
Guys,
said
I know.
that-
I don't
you said
know.
this was supposed
and
to be
realized
fun.
he
You
wasn't
were laughing
asleep. I
before.
would like
Before
to
you
see
said
her
he was
phone
laughing, you were laughing, you went
I really
upstairs, he
would.
had his fingers out of his
I
bag,
would
and he
like
was
to see
playing.
her phone
Obviously,
activity
that's not the case.
So are you
throughout the
guys,
middle of the
so
night.
what is it you're trying to, like,
We're just trying to figure out why.
I
why?
will tell you when
What?
you've been on
Why?
it.
What was the
Why?
motivation
She
for
was on
leaving
it
him in the
anywhere
bag?
between the time she said she
Why did
I
and the
didn't
time
have
that she
any
got up.
motivation. It was me, he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, I'm gonna go to sleep.
That's excluding, that's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh
bump
my
on his
gosh.
eye.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all,
Yes.
that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come
If
from?
Well, who
you
else
were
did it come
saying that,
from?
you were in the
If you're the one he
and
wants to
you're
spend all
asking
his
to be
time
let out,
with,
would you hope
no
that
other
that person
lady
would let
is
you out?
beating
Like,
his ass.
you're asking to be let out of a suitcase,
You're
should they
beating
not let
his,
you
he's
out?
beating yours.
Eventually, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Oh, blame it on the.
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, well, we haven't assumed anything.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, by what,
Like, this is-
the facts of what happened. We got there, you said you pulled him out of the suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
what
we're
you said
asking
is
you
like,
to
oh, I'm
explain it.
tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday, because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were assuming,
Yep.
thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your wits about you. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say that you guys are within your wits. There's two empty bottles of wine.
Not, but we can drink both of them.
I think you did.
I think
Look at it.
There's receipts for the
They were
statement
both
back then.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you didn't, because they weren't there the day before.
The one
There's two
was.
Publix receipts from yesterday.
Mhm.
Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
Okay, well,
I mean, there's receipts, so it's not even worth the going
so
back.
this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
they're
We were just
saying
hoping that
you
we could
killed
figure out
him.
why you,
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
well,
But we're watching a video that
Don't
after
say
talking to
otherwise.
you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
It's not.
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
Absolutely.
So you guys think that I intentionally,
You did.
It
You got up
doesn't matter
off the couch
it doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch,
think.
or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drugged you up there. You didn't float up damn stairs.
Okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair.
You
What
know,
you guys keep trying to say,
load
but that's what I did.
The damn stairs.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I unzipped it from the hole with one finger,
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
but he could push it open.
No, he
Did he?
couldn't. The video
No.
shows him pushing up.
And
If he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I tell
Okay,
you, he can't breathe.
okay.
If
I-
someone
I-
can do something for themselves, they're gonna do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay,
Didn't see it.
it wasn't. I
Doesn't
intentionally
matter.
didn't do it.
It was
That I
always
intentionally did not do.
Unzipped.
What's that? You
Whatever.
didn't intentionally do what?
Zip
He
it all
couldn't
away.
get out. You zipped him up in it.
He nor
He
I,
couldn't get out.
nor I.
And
Well,
you
he's dead
left
as a
him.
result
Lay
of your
hands
action.
on each other.
He is dead as a result
I
of your
understand
action.
that.
So-
That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No, no,
Lies.
I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't, whatever that is, whatever this, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happens. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
Well,
Where
what
else
about
did we
when
go?
you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact same thing.
Really?
He has injuries. You have injuries. Like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because he and I have not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to
No.
jail for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened. Because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the abuser.
Because
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it. And I always know what to do and how to
First
do
of
it.
all, shut the
This,
F
I
up,
don't know. So I don't know like what's
You've
going
already
on or
effed
like,
because you should not be talking.
We are simply trying to find out.
When they read you your
We got
right,
one side of the
you
story.
should have
You're
not
telling
said
us,
no more
we're going in with
words.
what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're
That's
telling
what you
us.
should.
and I don't even remember doing that.
This right here,
You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but
It's
what
gonna
we're
get
simply
you
doing
in
is telling you what we
trouble.
saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand. Because I don't remember that.
Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
don't say no words.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like what's,
The what? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
No,
you guys are scaring me. So like, I don't know like what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that need to be taken care of. Like, I don't.
What are your questions?
I have one last question. You realize you're the person that killed him, right?
I thought about that.
Okay, you left him in the bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
Not intentionally.
Again,
I would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally.
Gosh dang it.
Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol.
So
Not
alcohol
again.
is the reason that you killed him?
You all,
Please sit down.
listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen.
Please sit down.
I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I need to
punish him?
do or how to do it or what to say or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows. Everyone knows everything that I've done for George and love him and continuously helped him throughout his life with me and made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has their limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm gonna snap. Is that what it, while we're in a good place right now?
you did.
Yes, absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
I
This is what it feels
mean,
like when you're choking
she
me.
just said
This is
fuck
what-
you.
Which
while
was
he was
however
in
long
the
ago.
house, And he
You
just
said-
The video was from last night.
out,
Clearly,
So it wasn't that,
and
yeah.
he died. It went a
There's
little
no
far
feeling
this
with it.
time.
you wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it,
But I would never do that.
but it happened and you did.
But you
But
did
that's
it.
after being playful
But no one's
and
laughing
having a
at
good day.
No one's laughing at
Doesn't
you.
matter. You
Everyone's
still did
having
it.
a good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
That sucks.
People have different personalities after they consume
Fucked up.
alcohol.
It depends. It's like well,
Because you're sober now, so sober you
Nice
Well, what about
person,
drunk
you know?
Not, it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else was.
I have no idea. I
Where did
swear
they come
I did not
from? Where
lay a
did
hand
they
on
go?
him.
You just zipped them in the back.
Nor he.
Where
just zip them
did they
inside.
come from?
And you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
to
you
get it.
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put it upside down.
You can't.
Well, so to get in the bag, I would assume you get in the bag when it is on its backside. You get in, you curl up, you zip it up, and then somehow, because in the video that they just showed her, it was on its top side, zipper down. And then I guess when she went upstairs, it had got flipped over and moved somehow. Now, him being in the bag, I don't think he's going to be able to hop it and move it. It's not a cartoon. I don't think he can hop it and move it and flip it. So nobody else is there. Who's gonna move it? So she's messing with it. He probably got those contusions and those scratches because she was probably kicking it around and moving it. That's what I'm gonna guess. Those are where my thoughts are going. That's my thought.
Can't get in a suitcase upside down
Yeah.
because the
Oh my
But
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
that's
in where his body was?
That's unfortunately too, if nobody else was there. That's
We have a
unfortunate.
video showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up.
Oh,
Then it
no,
shows
no,
it
no.
on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to flip it
I'm
to there.
leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious intent or effort was
And then
towards
she
it.
like took him
No
upstairs and
malicious.
pushed him.
I would
I'm
say
pointing
this
to
does
the
help you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
Last night, I
The-
maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness.
What
The
if
fuck
that's
you is
what
very,
he's
very.
doing when he's sleeping.
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common like,
Nope.
hey Scott, fuck you.
Thank
That's
you.
not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that. Okay. So we were trying to give you an
I tell my
opportunity
friends, fuck you all the
and
time.
it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards
Okay.
that.
Regular
So I would
conversation.
probably be telling myself that too
My
after that video.
intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know.
Waiting
Well, I
for
put
him.
the suitcase
And the whole time
upstairs
frame
with
thing, it's
me,
like,
and
it's
then
regardless,
fell
that's not really
back
fair.
down.
Regardless, waiting for
That's
him,
how
it's
he
not
got the
like
contusions and
you
the
walk up the
scratches.
stairs. You can't fly up the stairs, no one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the
No.
stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for
He's
him.
left.
Who cares if it's 5 minutes? Who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's
You're
begging
wild.
for his life. He's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
You leave
It
them.
doesn't matter. So get the time frame out of your mind. It
This
doesn't
whole
matter.
thing, look, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
It's just you're lying and like you're now changing your
Lying
story.
about what?
You're now
Explain it to
you're
where it
drunk.
makes.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier,
Everything
you
recorded.
Alcohol.
blamed it on the alcohol.
You blamed it on alcohol. Alcohol does a lot to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Yeah.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left him down there sober.
I have already told both of you also that we were both drinking.
So are you drunk? Are you
I'm
sober?
telling you all
You're
both.
intoxicated?
This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that you
So, but what do
did
you,
leave
okay,
them there.
just,
She's confused. She's
You
like,
left them in
what
there.
does that mean?
You're trying to
Oh my
dance around the
gosh,
fact.
this
They
that you
both
left them
agreed
in
on
this is
something
not,
and that's scared
You
them.
didn't leave them in
it's
there?
not, it's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That it,
He's dead. It's
but
not
you
cool.
think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You intentionally left him in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and he didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging for their,
Yeah,
like
when
you're
you-
saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that though,
Argue with
but
me.
you have to,
You let me out. I can't breathe.
no, George though. Like,
Okay, be done.
again, I thought it was a boy
You're
crying,
in the argument.
so it's just
You're done.
like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you gonna open it or is he 9? So he's not,
Really?
it's not a big deal. I'm valid question.
That's a valid question.
Oh, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase.
Damn.
You would only put George in there.
Let me speak.
No, George got in a suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
But that's what happened. You keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's exactly what happened. You went to bed, woke up the next
Are
day.
you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact that
Not
that's what
true.
happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out.
It's
You go
not
upstairs.
true.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional. I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day
People
still.
that love people.
Love him.
Love makes you crazy.
It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what? I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on him. So.
You gave up on that part.
We're simply just trying to go through. I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to. This was such a laughing matter.
It was fun.
Not by that video.
All day.
That video. That
All
part
day.
wasn't. Anybody looking at it, I don't think anybody looked at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you don't know me,
Nope.
would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know,
Like,
having
why-
9-year-old son would be-
Like,
Why are you so like caught on what we think
Yeah.
when
because
you should be
it's
more
like
concerned about what you told us?
It's because
and
what you guys are like
George
trying.
is dead.
The things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you've now.
Like,
told
what is
us
opposite?
Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the only one laughing.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun
Well,
because you're screaming at him. He's
I'm
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sounds like screaming at me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was this intentional. At all. Ever.
Okay. Are you still going to allow us to do your fingernails?
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to get that set up.
Do you need any more water? No, but when you come back and I ask about this?
Yeah.
Can I smell this?
So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
was.
understand how your story changes so much to the
How
fact that
is it changing? Please help me explain. Understand.
you went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
When you're
didn't think
answering
so. Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day.
Okay.
It didn't end well, obviously.
I was going to say, that's, I mean.
I can't explain to you how horrific it was
Okay.
to find him. Horrific. Because I don't remember taking those videos.
Okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs on the laptop. I can't find him. So what's going to happen? Like,
Here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does someone have their wits about him when?
See, that's the
they
thing
have all
too.
this
But
stuff?
you can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several
Clearly.
people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Oh my God. Right,
Regularly.
right,
Really?
right. Talk to the property
Really?
manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not,
These are your neighbors, the one that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How many,
Oh my
you had two neighbors you went
gosh.
to and have to go
See,
to the
that is
restroom.
just not
and you said,
fair.
"No, hold on." You had two different neighbors that lived directly next to you. You asked to use the restroom and they told you no and turned you away. You had to go across the way to somebody else.
no, okay. Kim and Kim is not a nice person.
Okay.
She's just automatically not nice. Even after me and Lucas went over there and introduced ourselves, she's just not a nice person.
Then why would you think she would let you use the restroom?
Because Eli was in there. Eli comes over and talks to us sometimes, which I think pisses Tim off because he comes over and talks to us. The two of them, they're like super standoffish all the time. My neighbors down the street, down the way, their toilet was broken. They had stuff in the bathroom. So then they're like,
Bathroom?
go over there and try over there.
There's two bathrooms.
I
So
would
both
let
are
somebody go
bathrooms.
upstairs and use my personal bathroom. That's what the
Really?
downstairs one is for.
If it's somebody you like, would you? Or somebody you knew?
They're in the process of doing all this stuff in the kitchen. and there's stuff in the bathroom and the toilet doesn't work. Just walk across the way, no problem. And of course they let me in. Them, they're together. They're families. And nonetheless, if you really want to know, and I hope it doesn't get them in trouble, but he is over here illegally. So he's trying to work on getting his green card.
What does that got to do with you using the restroom?
They didn't want to be involved.
No, I was asking last night, because, we had several different people in the
Assuming
neighborhood come
that
up
Eli
saying
and Kim,
she's drunk on a regular basis.
Eli and Kim, okay. Did you ask any next door?
Those are the ones next door that she asked to use the restroom, and they said no.
No, she said no. And like I said, she's not a nice person.
They're coming. What are your questions?
Yep.
Can I help you out?
Who's coming?
To do the
Yeah,
fingernails?
you said that we could.
And you don't have to allow us to
change
do
my
it,
mind.
just so you know, so don't think that it's.
I don't have a problem.
Just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
Not today.
What about Lucas's laptop?
Not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need
That's
to do our
fine.
due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did then, which was not intentional.
What's that?
And is that correct?
She's asking about your tag in your hand.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not gonna
I'm not
agree to
making
anything that
assumptions.
you're saying. I'm not, that you're.
So his probation officer,
Mm-hmm.
do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's still on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling,
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes. You need to do what?
Substance abuse class and his battery
Cancel.
intervention.
Yeah, we
Something
don't
else I
have
was
to
just getting ready to
call
ask. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
She is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's got to do. So she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been because of him being in the suitcase? Or
That's
y'all are
what
saying
she-
that I
that's what-
physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me.
Didn't touch him.
I'm leaving it at that. So I don't know if you all know how to do this because so that's what I was gonna get ready to ask you. So are you all updating his parents today or when you get the final, whatever?
What does it matter? Why? What we tell his parents, maybe?
Because
We're gonna talk to with them.
Yeah.
okay,
I have to.
but it's gonna
like,
come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it you would tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's
scratch,
the
and
thing, here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There's not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing
Was
to
it
do.
yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did we not meet yesterday?
It's a valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
It happened on Sunday.
Got it.
You called him on Monday.
So I don't know if I ask you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents,
Tuesday.
which is not gonna happen.
Jesus
Probably terrible.
Christ, Sarah.
What,
Put
how
together.
do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something asked. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking.
It's gonna
So,
be up to them to make the arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're gonna do.
My body can't even be released, so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was gonna call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't want to do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then.
It'll be released to
Oh,
the next
family.
of kin.
Yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are gonna release it, we don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what, and how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swabs of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
FDLE?
the Daily Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Correct.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat.
The baseball bat.
And his feet. And this is just his phone, my phone, and the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So what's next?
They're gonna come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about like in the long run. Like, what do I need to like, do I need to be doing something or like?
I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, like, so like for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna like, because it makes it like to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it. And a handful of other things I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Well, too bad.
So,
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
so is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever. So if I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George, that's not the situation, but it's trying to be pinned on me. That was not my intent, but it's trying to be pinned on me. So however, or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. So that's why I'm asking what the next step is, other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? I don't know what you.
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done, so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and or me not just show up back home.
I mean,
That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, oh, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house with Brian. Like, so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're going to tell him? Like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell him?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is. It's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're gonna go, I'm not saying that we're gonna go and tell them every single thing we have, but again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office, that's public record, so eventually, like, this all will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
it's just, like, I'm not,
Matters, huh?
you're making it sound like we're gonna tell them something, so then you're like in danger,
Good
and
time.
I don't like that accusation. So, let's just nip that in the bud right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
Oh, jeez.
I cannot
But
What are we gonna
choose.
tell them?
But we can't even, but so technically there's no concrete report yet even.
Right, so
So it's,
you want me to like tell you exactly what I'm gonna tell them? I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them.
So
Parents that are dealing with.
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is an open line.
So, spoiler alert. Pretty sure she gets arrested
I get
at the
it.
end of
Look,
the
I get it.
intro.
That looks really bad.
Yep.
So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what is what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much it, look, that's how much it means.
Okay.
I hope you take that to heart, please.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah, I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What's that one?
What do you say?
It's
No.
no telling. I mean, it's, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean,
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop. But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
as soon as we
You're
can,
not
get that,
gonna
absolutely we will. As soon as we can release your phone.
Silly
we will.
goose.
We have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their caseload and how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think honestly, with everything else that's going on, that should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I would think so.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Does Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, but he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal. There's nothing on the laptop anyway.
No, just on my phone. That's all.
So you will keep me posted, like updated.
Yep, you'll be in jail.
That's
You
my
won't
thing.
know
I'm trying
anything.
to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
Oh,
I
yep.
don't know, I can't.
Sit
Like, I don't know
there.
what to
3
tell you.
hots and a cat.
Like, what am I, what,
But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might want to, or yeah, you might want to.
I'm sorry, what?
like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but that, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad. Like, which I swore in my son's life was unintentional. So that's
Really
why I'm
shouldn't have
trying
done
to figure out what I need to do for myself.
Probably shouldn't have
Going
done
forward.
that.
Nonetheless, with family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas now?
We've already both told you that.
I would do that.
Situations.
Come along, come along, come along.
So do you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or do we need to come back down here?
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm gonna call you next.
Isn't the report come out tomorrow?
I'm just saying a report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then
No, I'm talking about, his autopsy.
she's waiting and doing more follow-up, but
She's looking at him again,
yeah.
but she won't be finished with him because she's pending further stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done for now?
Yep.
How long does this stuff take to get back?
The
Most
FDA
of that
results.
you won't get back. The swabs and stuff will stay.
We all know about it?
Sorry. Our dispatch center keeps calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them and see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I'm missing a lot.
They got their arrest warrant. They don't care anymore.
But my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in the position of power?
Yes, but you have to understand too.
No, just what would you
They
expect?
no longer care what you have to say, Sarah.
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Well, they have their arrest warrant.
Why would I?
They
Exactly.
no longer give you
Why did I do
shit.
it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have
You
said
don't get
why.
your
Why?
fingernails scrapings. They
No,
got
you don't know why. You
yeah,
just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's
they,
okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
they will
It's feeding and
put you in the jail, and that's it. That's all they need. Their job is done. No more talking. Lady taking your fingernails. God.
assignment on these. Okay, Sarah. So, you're not free to go, okay? Do you promise everything you told us is the truth? Or no? Everything we talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He asked to swear. Remember how I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so he raised his hand to remind me, to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which?
True and
everything?
accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you've said
Everything you told
today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct.
Why?
Because
That's how
anytime
you
we talk
swear.
to somebody, we want to assure that everything that we talked about is
True and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
not a trick question,
To the best of my knowledge?
to the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Girl, just say yes or no.
Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up. I need you to turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't.
Someone needs to call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not
No,
a trick.
not
How's it
a
a trick? I'm doing here to ask you to explain a few things to us. And
You were read your rights.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I didn't show up? Why is
You're
this
trying-
happening?
Because
Before y'all said I could leave,
when
that I was done after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
right?
That's why y'all don't talk to
Not
police without a lawyer.
So what am I supposed to do now?
Go to jail.
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian. Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
that's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not gonna have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
All right, no.
Ma'am, a
There's
man
nothing that I
died
can
in
do
a
in order to go
suitcase
home
in your
and do
house,
this
and you
repair.
still just thought you were gonna go home
You'll
scot
be
free.
afforded the time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be
People are
afforded
deluded.
a chance to talk to a judge. and-
Like, what is wrong with
But what's the time frame for that though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance probably by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I
I had a
don't
sneaky
work in
suspicion
there.
this was gonna happen. And I need water like really bad, please.
Oh, we're back to the water. You were perfectly fine.
You all took me down there.
No,
Absolutely did not.
they actually didn't. They didn't. I didn't hear no tricks.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes when I go.
That sucks.
And what am I supposed to do with my car?
So you find where it is. When you get down there, you'll have 3 phones. You'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
But how
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
You know, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I'd probably say within the hour. It's a free phone call in the lobby. It's a free phone
All I'm doing is
call.
bringing you there so I can see if we're gonna go.
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I gonna be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. And you'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm there?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as like he's saying, is if you don't
If you
act
go
up,
in and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
Why would
cursing
I
at
do
people,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bay?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack in the building.
let them know.
Change the cups.
Go, Shanna.
I have not.
So what am I gonna do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
Your purse is gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock up too. My bad.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are not opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
made us decide to do this?
Uh-huh.
George's dad.
You guys, I knew this was gonna happen,
You did?
so I came
Well,
down
we
here
did.
willingly.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you
We were
didn't
trying
know
to
this
figure out
was
what's
going to
going on.
happen.
We're
You
still trying to figure
honestly
out.
thought you were going to go home and
That's
see
what's
your
going on.
son.
George's dad.
Like, that's what you thought.
You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything.
I need to get, I have my, I don't know if it's able to be or not.
I apologize.
I have things in my car that I need to,
Girl,
What kind of
let it
stuff is in the
go.
car that you're worried about?
well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a nurse.
It's panic attack stuff.
Well, again, when you get checked in, you're gonna be seeing a nurse, and they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know they do have a pharmacy, and that you will be reported to see somebody. Okay?
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am. My bad.
My bad. Man, listen. Whole time, she just thought she was really just going to go in there and she was going to talk about it. And she's like, oh, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. I can go home, right? It wasn't intentional. I didn't do it on purpose. I could have let him out, but I didn't. So it wasn't intentional. So it doesn't count, right? Right? That's how murder works. As long as you didn't mean to. No. You still get a murder charge. Just because it wasn't intentional, or you say it wasn't intentional, you still get a murder charge. You don't get to go home, lady. Lord Jesus. But she's a good person. She tried to help him. Oh my God. You poor lady. Ugh, all of this is happening to you. I feel so sorry. If you don't know, sarcasm is good for the heart. I do it a lot. I like it. Sarcasm is fun. It helps me through my day. Anyway, yeah, no, she didn't go home. She is, I don't know if she's still in the jail. I don't know if she bonded out. I don't know much more about it other than that, but that's some backstory on it. And her trial is set to start on January 30th of next year, 2023. But it's already November, so we got a couple months. Yeah, so that one should be interesting. Be interested to see how that one plays out. Because y'all, it wasn't intentional. It just wasn't intentional. They do have the video of him in the suitcase. Now, just a warning, I was a little shocked by it. So if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. It's just his voice is real eerie, just knowing that he could not get out of there and knowing that he died in that suitcase. I don't know how long after the video, but just knowing that that's where it was. But it's a little eerie, to be honest. So if you don't want to watch it, you can turn it off now. But like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that. But yeah, I will go ahead and do that. It also gives a good little background into her. I know they played it in the interrogation, but it gives a good snippet of her mindset at the time of this night. So I think it's important to show that, to see that it might be more intentional than you think there, Sarah. So
Sarah,
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah,
For everything you've done to me.
Sarah,
Fuck you.
Sarah,
Fuck you.
Sarah,
Stupid.
Sarah,
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, babe. Seriously,
Yeah, that's when you do when you choke me.
Sarah. 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 Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
That's on you.
Sarah, I can't breathe.
It's on you.
Sarah.
Wriggle around some. Might want to get video for it extra. Because I got this.
Sarah.
Wriggle around some.
Sarah.
she sounds drunk to me.
Sarah, I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you drink on me.
Sarah. I
Fuck
can't
you.
fucking breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah.
Oh, God. Yeah. So you hear her tell him to shut the fuck up. This is how it feels when you choke me. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Wiggle around some. Maybe you can get out. Yeah. She sounds drunk to me. Yeah. So. Yeah. So on that note, that is the, and there's another video. I don't know. I don't have that one, but apparently it is of the suitcase flipped over. And I think it was taken after this one. Obviously him still in it. Kind of the same situation, but it was closer to their table. So it had been moved. And that in that video is when she claims that there was space in the zipper where she thought he could get out on his own. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. Again, trial starts on January 30th, or it's scheduled to. The pretrial hearing is scheduled for January 17th at 9 a.m. I'm assuming since they have this stuff already on there that they're going to televise it or stream it or what have you. So if they do, I shall follow along. I would like to live stream at some point, but given my limited follower selection, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. And, I got a day job, but we'll see. Anyway, okay. Well, we will end it here, and we will see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'll see you next time. Bye.